Well, hello, my friends. I'm excited to be here with Kaylin Franz. She is Director of Communications for the Immigrant Legal Center and Refugee Empowerment Center. Kaylin, it's so great to see you again.
You too. I feel like every year we come on to talk about food truck, it comes faster than the year before. So really excited to be back.
I know. Yeah, you've got this great event coming up on September 29th. But let's first talk. I always like to ask our guests to tell us about the Immigrant Legal Center and Refugee Empowerment Center. Some things have changed over the last year. And just like, what does your organization do and who do you serve?
Yeah, so Immigrant Legal Center and Refugee Empowerment Center, we are coming up about 1 year on our official merger from October of 2022. And our mission is really simple. We are working to empower immigrants and refugees to live confidently. And the way that we do that is through immigration legal representation, refugee resettlement, and social work services. We serve the entire state of Nebraska and Southwest Iowa. We've got offices from Council Bluffs to Scottsbluff, with the majority of our programming happening in Omaha and Lincoln. And we serve immigrants and refugees in our community.
Yeah. Can you talk about a couple of the services that you provide?
Yes, so we have three main pillars of services. Our first pillar is immigration legal representation. So we have over 20 attorneys and then a few DOJ accredited representatives on staff, and they work to support immigrants as they're going through their immigration legal journey. So representation in immigration court. And then we have our social work services that were brought on almost 2 years ago, really as a way to meet the needs of our clients. Our attorneys are incredible legal experts who also care so deeply about our clients and the people that we're serving, that they were ending up looking for social service connections, trying to do everything that we can for our clients. And we realized we need social workers, people that are experts in doing this. So we've brought on an amazing social work team that do a lot of work, especially with our children, our immigrant children and families, helping get them connected to the services that they need, enrolled in school,
Sure.
healthcare, mental health services, all of that. And then we have our refugee resettlement team. We are one of 3 refugee resettlement agencies in Nebraska. We currently resettle only in Omaha, but are looking to expand into other areas in the state. And I don't know the exact number; it hasn't been confirmed, but we're expecting a really large number of refugees to be resettled through our organization next year.
Okay. And I can only imagine just how things have changed as this organization, kind of through the journey of this organization. And the amount of people that you're helping and that need help. So,
Yes. Yeah, we served over 3,000 people last year
okay.
and resettled over 550 new neighbors into our community.
Okay. Wow. Well, I know one of the ways that people can contribute and be, to this organization is with the Food Truck World Tour, which I believe you said this is the 9th year.
Here, yes.
And let's talk a little bit about the history, because you kind of talked about coming full circle, and
Yeah.
been a journey in itself. So, yeah,
Yeah.
tell us about the history.
We are so excited to be returning to the roots of the event. 9 years ago, the event started out at the Slowdown, and then due to some programming changes, and then also with COVID, we had to go through a drive-through year, and then we had to have outdoor venues for the last 2 years, just trying to be extra safe around COVID. But this year, we're so excited to be returning to the Slowdown. We have a really exciting lineup of an amazing DJ who's going to be there, an amazing band, Kita Penas, that is coming in from California, their first time in Nebraska, which we're super excited about. They are all children of immigrants or immigrants themselves.
Okay.
So it's going to be really, really cool. We've got all of our favorite food trucks back. And it's just going to be a really, really fun night.
Yeah. I'm glancing over here because I'm looking at your website, which has a lot of information. And I know it's down below as we're speaking, but yeah, how many food trucks do you have?
So we have 5 this year. We
Okay.
have, you want me to list them off?
Yeah, yeah. Look,
We have El Arapon, which is the arepas that are always a huge hit every year.
yeah.
Maria Bonita, Pim's Thai, Kaima, African cuisine. E Creamery is coming back with our signature ice cream flavor. Everyone Speaks Ice Cream. That was a hit the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And actually, we have 6 because Omaha Steaks, who has always been a huge
Oh,
supporter of ours, is also going to be there providing food as well. Another really fun thing about this year's event is that we're going to have a bar. And
okay.
so it's going to be really fun
Yeah.
and exciting. And we're just really looking forward to having a night to celebrate our organization, to celebrate immigrants and refugees in our community, and hopefully raise a lot of money to support our services.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, what a great venue. And like you said, kind of coming back over the last few years were, first of all, you had to be outside for a couple of them, I think. But
Mhm.
yeah, so the website, Immigrant Legal Center, and then you click on just the events and it's right there. Lots of information. How much are tickets? Are there different levels of tickets or
The tickets are $150
okay?
and include food and drinks and the band and fun and DJ. And so it's going to be a really, really fun night.
Yeah. Let's talk too. Looks like it's 6:30 to 10 o'clock.
Yes.
What a great way to spend a Friday night.
Right? Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be like just so fun. And 6:30 doors open, food trucks will be there. We're gonna have a small program around 7:30, and then the bands will go on at 8:30, and it's just gonna be really fun.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit, you know, in addition to this, how can other people can support your organizations? I mean, I know people can always write a check. Do you need
Yeah,
volunteers? I mean, talk a little bit about that.
yeah. I mean, checks, credit cards, money is always, always welcome and appreciated. But we also are always on the lookout for volunteers, especially within our refugee programming. We are looking for people to help us with home setups, to help us secure furniture and items for people to have into their homes. We have a pro bono attorney program where if people that are attorneys are interested in doing some pro bono work with us, we can train you up, we can let you know everything
Oh,
and kind of check
okay.
in. We have ESL instructors. So if you're looking to teach English, an English language class, we have conversationalists that are just individuals that go into homes with new arrivals of new refugee families and just let them know that they're welcome here. And we as a community are so excited that they're here, and help them practice their English and maybe learn a little bit of their language as well. It's just really about that community integration.
I mean, you put yourselves in their shoes, and it has to be scary.
Yeah.
And very, the unknown and uncertainty that that they just us showing up as a community and welcoming them, I just think is so important.
Yes, and Nebraska has historically been a very welcoming state. We have, I think, over the last 10 years, have been the highest per capita refugee
Okay.
resettlement in the country. So our communities are welcoming, and if you can imagine, getting off a plane in a country that you don't know, with a language that you don't speak, and your government support is really just for 90 days. That's really all that you
Okay.
get. And so I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be able to fully acclimate and be into a
Yeah.
new community in 90 days. So that's where we really look to volunteers, to communities, to organizations to partner with us to really help ensure that everybody has what they need. And you know, just by being here at Immigrant Legal and Refugee
Yeah.
Empowerment Center, I've met the most incredible, amazing humans that we are so lucky to have as part of our community.
Well, so grateful for you and so grateful for what this organization does. Everybody, the Food World Truck Tour on September 29th. We hope to see everybody there. Caitlin, it's great to see you today. And
Yeah.
looking forward to the 29th. So,
Yes, thank you so much.
you're welcome. And folks, don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, hello, my friends. I am here with Erica Overturf. She's the artistic director and CEO of the American Midwest Ballet. Always love chatting with you, Erica. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
So I love this. First of all, I love this time of year for so many reasons, but for especially American Midwest Ballet, you're kind of kicking off the season. You announced it. When do you typically announce your season?
We announce it usually around the close of our prior season.
Yeah.
So in the spring of the
Yeah.
season before, but then we're selling season subscriptions and then the single tickets open.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's just first start off because what year is this for American Midwest Ballet?
It's our 14th
Wow.
season for the company.
Yeah. So just tell, for some of the people who aren't familiar with the history, tell us a little bit about the history. It's always good to get a refresher because I love this story.
Oh, thank you. Yes, so I was actually a dancer with the former professional ballet company that was here, and sadly, we learned that that company was folding, and so wanted to save professional dance in the region, and banded together a group of dancers and our, early supporters, and with a lot of passion and drive, kind of built the company from the ground up. And we're so grateful now to be in our 14th season. We joke that now we're like going into high school with the company. And, it's been possible through the hard work of many people, but also just really phenomenal support from the community.
Yeah. And where do you perform at? Because I know that's kind of changed or expanded. So yeah, where do you perform at typically?
We're very lucky that we have a home base here at the Hoff Family Arts and Culture Center. If you haven't had a chance to see it, you should definitely check it out because it just has so much to offer the community. It's located in downtown Council Bluffs, and it's a state-of-the-art performing arts center. So there's a theater, the community theater performs here, also a local orchestra. There's a kitchen council, a food kitchen. There's art classes, pottery classes, dance classes. So there's just really a lot to see in this venue. And like I said, there's also a theater here. So we do performances here as well as we frequently perform at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Omaha.
Yeah. Well, I know. So your first performance of this season, and I'm not sure how many years this has been, but Momentum, it is different from other ballets. Because I know you guys also have the Nutcracker and Cinderella. So what makes Momentum so unique?
Well, Momentum is so much fun, I think, for the dancers and for audiences because there's really a variety to the different ballets. So this year we have 4 different pieces on the show. So you'll get to see some really demanding, beautiful classical dancing that's very, exciting, kind of awe-inspiring. Then we have some guest choreographers. One of them created the classical piece. He was one of the co-founders of Joffrey Ballet, Gerald Arpino. So it's really special to be getting to do one of his pieces. We have a piece by Monique Haley, and she's was a professional contemporary and jazz dancer, and her piece is very grounded. It's barefoot, very rhythmic. It's really beautiful. So, you just get to see a whole range of styles We also have Erin Alarcon, and she's our ballet master who created our wonderful Wizard of Oz production. So she's very talented. She's created a new work that's kind of contemporary ballet. But an interesting aspect is we are really exploring projection art for this piece.
Okay.
And so it's a lot about memory. It's called Fragile Creatures. And so it's exploring kind of that mysterious world of memory. And we're really looking forward to utilizing the projection art to create a special mood for that piece. And then the last piece on the program is called Go West. It's a piece that I choreographed. Originally, it was a collaboration with Jocelyn Art Museum because they had an exhibit by the same title. And so that's where the idea was sparked. And it's just inspired by the spirit and the stories of the American West. So you see lots of cowboys and tumbleweeds. There's lots of yodeling music and fast dancing and some really beautiful moments as well. So that's a neat piece because it involves every single dancer in the company. So it's a very full of energy.
Yeah, I mean, wow, a wonderful kind of lineup, so to speak. And you really do get a little bit of everything. And every year it's just a little different. So it's not, I know all your performances that you have are unique in their own way, but this truly is something that, if you went last year, I mean, you're getting something completely different this year.
Exactly. The setup of the program is similar in the fact that you're going to get to see the work of different choreographers.
Yep.
You're going to see styles that are very, you're going to see pieces, nothing one piece that's too super long, all kind of shorter works overall as compared to a full-length ballet like the Nutcracker.
Right.
But it makes for a really entertaining evening of dance.
Yeah. And this, is it just one night, October 14th, or is it a couple nights?
It's 2 nights. We are doing Saturday evening and then a Sunday matinee. And those are both at the Hoff Family Arts and Culture Center. And then additionally, we're doing 3 school shows. We call them their special student matinees for local school children. And that's something we do with all of our shows, that it's great additional performing opportunities for the dancers, but it's a really important way to bring the arts into the community, and especially to young people, to kind of spark their imagination and hopefully their appreciation of the arts.
Yeah, I remember when I was in grade school going to the Orpheum to see a production of I'm not even, obviously that was like 50 years ago. 50 years ago, but I remember that, and it really was such an exciting time for me as a child. So that's just really awesome.
Yeah, it's one of the most memorable experiences. A lot of people that we talk to remember when they got to go, to a performance as a child like that, and it sticks with people. And for us, those school shows are also the most rewarding, some of the most rewarding shows that we do, just because the reaction from the audience is just those kids just react from their hearts exactly how they're feeling. So they laugh, they clap, they ooh and ah, even more than adult audiences who appreciate it, but maybe you're just a little more reserved, as adults, as we are, and the kids really let it show, and it's really fun.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about the season just in general, because of course this kicks it off, and then you've got Cinderella, and then, or I'm sorry, you got the Nutcracker, and then Cinderella is the third show.
Yes. So the Nutcracker, of course, that's a holiday favorite. It's a tradition for many families, and I just love hearing from people saying, like, my grandma always brought me to this show, and now I'm going and bringing my kids, and my mom goes with me, or whatever the story is there. But it's a really something that people look forward to year. And for us, something fun that we're doing that's a little bit new this year is I'm creating a new scene for it's going to be gingerbread cookies, basically. We're making a big gingerbread house. We're going to have dancing gingerbread cookies, and there's so many great components and scenes from the Nutcracker, and every once in a while it's fun to do something new, and so we've been working on that already, and we're having fun with it. So hopefully that'll be something for the audiences to look forward to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And just so the Nutcracker, what are the dates for that?
Well, I don't have it written down in front of me. It's November. We open the weekend before Thanksgiving
Okay.
at the Hoff Center.
Okay.
Um,
I'm looking
around
at
the
your website.
20th. I'm so sorry. I usually have
Oh my
all my
gosh,
dates
it's
memorized, but they're
question
always
then.
so similar but different. And so I
Yeah.
apologize for that. But it's if you go on our website, amballet.org, you will see all the dates.
Yeah.
But basically, it's the weekend before Thanksgiving is traditionally when we open the Nutcracker, and that will be at the Hoff Center. And then in early December is when we have our performances at the Orpheum. And so a couple of chances to see it. If you miss one of the dates, maybe the other ones work out for you.
Yeah. And I'm on your, so I'm glancing over this way because I'm on your website, which is,
thank you.
There's so much information here, but the Nutcracker, November 18th and 19th at the Hop Family Arts and Culture Center, and then December 9th and 10th at the Orpheum. And yeah, there's so much information about everything that you do. Let's go into Cinderella, because that third performance that you have that kind of ends the season is always just something, I just always think it's like super exciting, and it's just kind of this, something that everybody just wants to go see. So this year it's Cinderella.
Thank you. We're really looking forward to Cinderella. It's something we've had on our wish list to do for a number of years, and I'm very excited that it's happening this season. So it's an all new production for us, new choreography, costumes, just every aspect of the production. So that's always a big undertaking, but it also allows for a lot of creativity. So it's really fun. Yeah. And this performance does have the opportunity for a community cast. So we always, of course, have our professional dancers. We have 25 dancers in the company that come from around the country and do this as their job. So they're very talented. In addition to that, we have roles for young dancers in the community who are training, and they audition with us actually in the summer for both Nutcracker and Cinderella. So we've cast them, and we'll be bringing everybody together. And I think it will be a beautiful production that people can really get a lot out of. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I want to just ask you a couple questions about AMB School. What is that all about for people that don't know?
Yes, the American Midwest Ballet School is our training school for dance students. So that's anywhere from young dancers, 3 years old, all the way through adults. We have lots of classes for adults too, because a lot of times you'll find people that maybe studied as a child, didn't continue on into it, but are interested in getting back into it. So whether you're a new adult dancer or you've had training, we have, different levels for adults as well. But it's a really great training program. Many of our professional dancers in the company teach in the school or part of our faculty. And we really provide exceptional training, and also just lots of really fabulous performance opportunities for the students as well. They get to perform on the same stage that the company does. A lot of the company serve as mentors to the young dancers. And so it's a great program to train those up and coming dancers.
Yeah. And again, so it's amballet.org is where you can find out all this information. And I was a young dancer years and years and years ago. Beth Gaines was my instructor, and I just remember such fond memories of doing that and performing. So for all you adults out there that did that as children, you should, maybe it's something to kind of look at dipping your toe back in.
Yes.
Yeah. So so again, people can go to your website to find out so much information about the whole season, how to buy tickets, how people can support you. But let's just talk about that for a little bit. Above and beyond, buying tickets, what are ways that the community, individuals or a business can support American Midwest Ballet?
That's a great question. We are so fortunate and grateful for all of our donors that make a gift in whatever size is right for them. But that financial support really goes a long way to help us retain these fabulous professional dancers, have our staff design beautiful costumes, put on shows in the theater, all of those things. And so we really couldn't do it without that generous support from the community. So for businesses, we also have sponsorship opportunities. And so there's lots of different ways that people can support us with a contribution through volunteering or coming to see the show, signing up for a class. We'd love to have you involved in the wonderful world of dance any way that you like.
Well, Erica, I just want to thank you for joining me today. And again, 14 years, it's been just so great to see your journey. And, I think I say this often when I interview you, but thank you for stepping up and creating this and having, all the support. And I know you have just a big group of people that have been involved for the 14 years. And and next year's your 15th. So that's going to be pretty special as well. So
yeah, it's funny because I can think back and remember when we had our first show, I couldn't believe we made it. We did our first show, like we're a real company. And then even the second year, I was shocked in a way, like, oh my gosh, we are on our second year. This is great. So now, yes, to be a 14th or looking ahead to 15th, it's really, really something. So yeah, we're excited.
All right. Well, thank you again. And again, folks, amballet.org, find out all the information. So Erica, we will see you on the stage hopefully soon.
Thank you. We will see you later. Bye-bye.